Welcome to the Restaurant of the Future. I'm Robert Firpo-Cappiello, Editor-in-Chief at Hospitality Technology and the Restaurant Technology Network. My guest is Brian Wayne, Vice President of Customer Success at QSR Automations. Brian, welcome to the Restaurant of the Future.
Thanks for having me.
So I'd like to give you a minute to introduce yourself to our Hospitality Technology and Restaurant Technology Network audiences. Tell them who you are and what you do.
Sure. So, like you said, my name's Brian Wayne. I've been the Vice President of Customer Success at QSR Automations for several years now. I've actually been with our company for over 20 years. So I've kind of grown up with the company to a certain extent, and I've had the opportunity to have several different roles within the company, which has kind of allowed me to learn both our products and our customers. So I've had a variety of roles in everything from implementations, QA, and product. And I've settled on the customer success side over the last several years. So I've gotten the opportunity to work with, several or most, I'd say, of our enterprise level chains. I'm currently kind of help run our customer advisory board, our board of advisors, which gets together, about 13 to 15 of our key customers and helps drive our product roadmap and everything like that. And for those who don't know, QSR Automations, we've specialized in a couple of key products, one being our kitchen display system called Connect Smart Kitchen, and the other one being our front of house table management system called Connect Smart Host. And we pretty much, any type of restaurant uses us. We've got a really strong foothold in the table service side of things, but we also have a lot of customers in quick service and fast casual. And then we have other verticals as well, hotels, casinos, cruise ships, amusement parks, and a lot of other areas. Anything with a kitchen basically can use our product. So
that was a great introduction. I'm talking to the right guy. One of the things I like about talking to you is that legacy you have with the brand of 20 years, which I'll go out on a limb and say in the tech development world, that is not common to have somebody with that deep institutional knowledge and growth in a single organization. I love that.
Yeah.
So our topic today is the restaurant of the future. And of course, we don't mean science fiction fantasy. We're talking about tech innovations that are happening now that will help restaurants get up to that restaurant of the future status. So the natural question for you is, what does the restaurant of the future mean to you?
So to me, I think technology is a big part of it, but I think we need to keep in mind the overall goal for any restaurant and their relationship with their employees and their customers is frictionless. It's convenient and it's well connected. We at QSR, we always tell our customers that the kitchen is really the heartbeat of the restaurant. So our philosophy really is, if you get the kitchen right, everything else kind of will fall into place. Our mission statement is to make service easier for everyone. And I really think that's the key to the restaurant of the future. It's not always complicating everything with a million different solutions, just tech for the sake of tech. It really needs to simplify the process. It either needs to make things easier for your employees in the restaurant, or it needs to make things more streamlined or easier, better experience for the customer. So to kind of summarize, before we kind of get into the actual how does it look, with what kind of tech, I think forward thinking tech solutions that are well connected with APIs, freely sharing data in real time to make intelligent decisions. I think that's kind of the key to that restaurant of the future.
That's beautiful, and we're certainly doing our part to move the industry toward that future. I love the plug for APIs, because that's that's especially important in our work at the Restaurant Technology Network in developing standards. So yeah, the natural next question is, as you've beautifully defined the restaurant of the future, what are the tech implementations needed to get restaurants to that point?
So there's I try and think of things in terms of the guest and the restaurant, and sometimes you could also kind of break that down: front of house, which is more guest facing, and back of house. So if we start with more of the front of house, I think a lot of it is revolving around the convenience to the guest. I think kiosk and self-ordering is continuing to become more and more prevalent, letting the guests kind of order for themselves and customize the way they want. You're seeing more voice recognition tech, I think, is continuing, especially drive through. You're seeing that. The pickup process, I feel like, is another big. It's especially a focus of ours for the restaurant of the future. Is how do we streamline that pickup process? How do we, whether it's drive through, whether it's curbside pickup, you know, how do we really tune that in so that it's as quick as humanly possible, so that you're minimizing that time that it takes, and that you're getting the food with the food quality, the way you expect it. So geolocation has become a big one. And then the accuracy of the quote to the guest, as well as kind of informing the guest of where they are in their journey, right? So not just you place the order online and, hey, we think it'll be ready in 30 minutes, and that's the last you hear from them. But how can we keep them informed? Hey, it's taking longer, it's taking shorter. Here's the status of your order. Here's a text message to let you know when it's ready. All those types of things. And then I think the other one from the front of house would be just more AI in terms of customizing that user experience. So just getting to know the guest better, so that whether it's predictive ordering, or whether it's just that more customized approach to how you get to know your guests. I think you're seeing more and more of that. And then from the back of house perspective, I think things we're continuing to see robotics. I think that was really big, I feel like 5 years ago, and then maybe kind of took a little bit of a slowdown, but I still think there's opportunity there, especially in the kitchen, maybe more so in the front of house. Computer vision, I think, is another interesting one that you're seeing a lot of. Cameras mounted in the kitchen that can help with accuracy and things like that. Wearables, I think there's still room there. I think the price of those is been prohibitive a little bit, but I think as we figure more of that out, I think there's room for wearables, whether it's glasses or other things like that. And then just within the kitchen, I feel like order sequencing and kind of predictive analytics is another really interesting one. Like, that's something that is really interesting to us in terms of, with a kitchen display, it's we're so used to FIFO, the way the orders come in is the way they're prepared. But I think we're finding, with all the different order channels and the way that restaurants are busier at certain times and slammed at certain times and slow at other times, how can we sequence those orders so that it's the best possible guest experience for everyone, so that it's the least amount of strain on the kitchen, but gets the guests the food in the most appropriate way. So
yeah, I love these basically smarter and more connected. It benefits the customer, and it benefits the staff. I love it. Brian Wayne from QSR Automations. I always learn something when I talk to you, and I really appreciate your joining us to share your thoughts about the restaurant of the future.
All right, thanks again for having me, Robert.